OpenAI just called Codex their biggest leap in AI. So obviously I had to give both Claude Code and also Codex the same project, same prompt and test it out. So stay till the end to see how much tokens I've burned and also how long it took both of them to build this app. So here's the game plan. There's 2 rounds. First round of testing is I want a YouTube note taker. Essentially, I paste in a link, get the full transcript with the timestamps and also a summary of it. Round 2 is extending the same app into a AI script generator that analyzes why certain videos get higher retentions and writes you a script based on that same topic. And let me tell you what happened to Codex genuinely surprised me. Here's a quick setup if you're new to this. So both Claude Code and Codex are coding AI agents, not chat boxes, agents. What this means is you describe what you want, the AI writes the code, runs it, fixes the errors, fixes them, and keeps going. So Claude Code is from Anthropic, which is the same company as Claude Chatbox, while Codex is from OpenAI, which is from the same company as ChatGPT. Both work by opening a folder on your local computer, and the AI edits the files within the folder. Okay, round 1, we are going to be building a YouTube note taker. And essentially, I just went to chat and asked, hey, can you give me a prompt for both Claude Code and Codex to build me this? Very simple, very straightforward, and I just use the same prompt for both applications. So let's paste in Claude first. Okay, so Claude Code is asking for permission. So Claude Code finished everything within 10 minutes, and it gave me a list of commands, terminal commands to copy and paste, and here's the final result. So the UI and everything looks pretty good. And we're just going to test it out by copying and pasting a link. Okay, quick summary, action items, best moments, and here's the note-taking part, and then the transcript that we asked for. And the copy and pasting does work, as you can see. So far so good. I think Claude Code did a pretty good job, very minimalistic, and built out all of the features that I requested for. So let's move on to Codex. Okay, so now Codex, we are just going to paste in the same exact prompt, and it took way longer than expected, 17 minutes, which is almost double the amount of time for Claude to create this. See how it looks like. Okay, so the user interface is very similar to Claude, and it's probably because it's the same generic AI slop. I didn't really have any specific style towards it, so that's fine. Okay, quick summary, action items, and then we have the transcript. Okay, so something to note during the first attempt, copying onto your clipboard does not work for Codex. That is something that we need to fix later on. So in terms of the content itself, Claude did a much better version than Codex, but the notes are not as specific and the quality itself, you could tell, is not up to par compared to Claude. I just realized why. Codex spent almost double the amount of time compared to Claude to create this app, and it's because of how they built it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe. So when I asked Codex how they built this application, they said that they split it into several parts, and they went from planning one part to building and to debugging all in one package within the first, and then they move on to the second part, third part, and fourth part. And I think that's the reason why it took a lot longer compared to Claude. Claude, on the other hand, how they built this was they planned everything out, they built everything, and then they debugged all of the minor issues. And for round 2, we will be extending this app. And I pasted in the second prompt for both Codex and Claude. So right now we are on Claude. So this is how it looks like. So how they categorized it was for each video, they have a mini menu bar with the overview with all the stats, then the transcript, and then the retention, the reason why they have a high retention rate, and also a indicator whether or not this video is a outlier amongst the other videos that this YouTuber has made. And then in the end, at the very bottom, it has the script generator. So this is just prompting you, hey, what type of video idea do you want to do based on the videos that you have incorporated. Okay, I click generate a script. Okay, so I do appreciate the editing notes and whatnot. I don't think I requested it, but it's a nice touch to it. However, it's only 9 minutes long when I requested a 20 to 30-minute script. So I don't know, that's something that needs to be fixed later on. But for the first attempt, this looks pretty good. Okay, so let's move on to Codex now. Let's see how long this takes. Okay, so I pasted in everything and let's just wait. Okay, so the user interface isn't bad. I actually like their user interface for this one compared to Claude's, but let's test out the generate your own script part. Okay, this is very vague. Oof, 9 minutes as well. In terms of the content itself, once again, Claude was a lot better. Okay, so this is my overall thoughts. So Codex right now is running on a $20 a month ChatGPT subscription plan. And right now they are being very generous in terms of the limits. I think they want people to try it out more and maybe even switch from Claude, hence the reason why they are very generous with the tokens. However, this might change. But today, the $20 do give you a lot of usage. However, Claude Code is a total different story. You probably heard from a lot of people or just personal experience that the $20 plan is very limited. You probably need the $100 a month max plan in order to build something substantial. So here's my recommendation. If you are trying AI coding agents for the first time and you're just doing experiments and you don't want to commit yet, I would say start with Codex at $20 because the price is pretty good and right now they are very lenient in terms of the token usage, so you could try and experiment as much as you want. However, if you want to build something that is substantial, something that you actually do care about, and something that actually you wanted to make it work, and you don't want to debug it yourself, I think investing in Claude is worth it, and that is what I will be sticking to. Because trust me, I don't want to wait for 17 minutes for every single prompt that I input in for Codex. So TLDR, Codex isn't bad. In certain places, it actually did surprise me. For example, their UI is very clean, the price is pretty good, and the usage for tokens is very lenient compared to Claude. However, I do believe that Claude is a lot more reliable. It builds more, it's a lot faster, and it's more correct for first time prompting.